Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here to review Married to Medicine. When I tell you Married to Medicine is that girl on Bravo, because baby, she is giving each episode, and I'm here for it. So we open up to Dr. Simone singing a tune, I Want to Be Divorced. And although Quad and Dr. Jackie is hushing her and everybody's caught up God in the room and Dr. Jackie hug her in a moment, which I feel like Dr. Simone probably really needed that. But for me as a viewer, I would say that they probably need to get a divorce unless Dr. Simone and Cecil really get down and dirty into their garden of their marriage, which is like a garden, right? Get down, get those weeds, clean out the trash, clean out the whatever else, pick your fruit, pick your vegetables up out of that garden and replant some things and refertilize the garden and all of that stuff you need to do to make your garden and your grass, make your garden grow and your grass stay green, right? So you got to do some work. You got to put some tools, use some tools, some cutting tools, the garden tools that cut some things that may not feel good, but listen, it's to help your garden stay fertilized, to stay fresh, to produce the way it needs to produce, right? So I think that they need to do the work. They need to take off the mask and stop pretending everything's okay or patching it up with whatever they patching up with, because whatever they doing is not working. So they need to try something different, like really get into counseling sessions and really do the work consistently, like not just every now and then you go see a counselor. No, constantly see a counselor in order to make it work and take the mask off and really deal with your real issues, right? So if Simone feel like Cecil's not being there for her, he don't care about her, he's not working, then guess what? She needs to say that and need to put her foot down. Otherwise, stop wasting each other's time. Okay, so Dr. Brandy, she asked the ladies to refocus their attention back on her because, again, it is her birthday. Understanding reality TV is understanding that in order for your event to make the final cut, it has to have drama and chaos in order for it to make the final cut. Like, they're not doing a whole lot of final cuts of something that's not, quote-unquote, worthy of reality TV. Sometimes, depending on what network, sometimes you may get something that's not so chaotic. It may just be like a little fun shade. But this dinner, child, had so much shady moments and craziness. But one of my favorite moments of this dinner was Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly. I felt like that was a real raw moment between the two, and I was here for it. And one of the things I will say that Dr. Simone actually clocked Dr. Heavenly's tea. Like, she was like, girl, Dr. Heavenly wants everything to appear perfect. Baby, it's okay when the foundation or the window is cracked, okay? There's a way to fix the window, the cracked window, okay? Ish happens. That's called life. Nobody's perfect. And I feel like Dr. Heavenly has to stop with that. Wanting everything to be perfect when it comes to our family. So I think in this moment, I really actually see another side of Dr. Heavenly with seeing her go through this thing with her son. Not saying that I wish this had happened or any other things like this to happen, but the fact that it did happen, it helps more viewers to connect with her and her story, because again, there's been plenty of parents, if not all of them, have said something to their children one time or another, and they may have regretted it, and it's okay. Okay. So we cut over to a park where Toya and Eugene are walking in the park. Okay, Jill Scott song. All right, girl. All right. So I'm gonna need everybody to take a moment to do a prayer pause for Dr. Eugene, because baby, Toya has lost her everlasting mind in this scene, child. I was like, Toya, are you serious right now? Girl, please go away from us with the bullshit. Okay. So they talking about their son sleeping too much. And I was just like, okay, Toya, all right. I kind of get both of their points of views about their son sleeping too much. I just think that it should be a healthy balance. So yeah, if they sleeping too much and then it's causing them to be lazy and not getting things done, okay, yeah, then address it. But if they actually sleeping to get their rest and they staying out of trouble, but yet they're still accomplishing whatever goals that they have for school and anything outside of school, then I think it's okay to have a healthy balance. But anyway, Toya started complaining about the renting space from Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott. So she just, was like, we're not doing that, because where Dr. Contessa showed her that she was going to put Dr. Eugene, it just wasn't enough space. And then plus it was not up to Toya's standard, but also it was in the back where the bathroom was. Okay, Toya, I ain't getting on her case about that, because she has some valid points. But this chick had the unmitigated gall to ask Eugene, why is he working so much? Why do he feel the need to work so far away from home, and how it's important for Black husbands to be in the house? Ma'am, are you freaking kidding me?
That may be spending all of their husband's money. There may be.
I'm gonna need you to reflect, read the room, and look in the mirror. Why that man working so hard is the reason why he's been working hard since we met y'all in season 1. Because you want Birkins, you want labels, you want to live like the Joneses. But girl, the Joneses can't even afford to live in this economy. Like, are you crazy? Are you okay? Are you cool? As the white Thomas would say, are you cool? Because what are you talking about? Girl, read the freaking room. Over at Dr. Jackie's, Quad and King arrived for an IVF checkup. Baby, Quad is so funny, because Quad gives me a spoiled child. But I think, isn't Quad older than her RP, her brother? Because I think her brother passed several years ago. But I think Quad is older than her brother, right? Because Quad is giving me a spoiled only child or youngest child syndrome right now. But okay. But baby, the way Dr. Jackie loved her some King, I said, this is too cute, child. King helping, well, actually, King showing Dr. Jackie that he's well versed in some medical language here. And Dr. Jackie is very impressed, honey. She is very impressed. She loves her some King. But baby, Quad is like, I don't want no help. I don't want you to inject me. But she eventually allowed him to inject her. And she did all of her checkups with her, which I was like, okay, Quad. Girl, I said this. Quad was given only child syndrome or youngest child, because she was given bratty moments in this moment. It wasn't too bad though, so don't get that twisted. It wasn't too bad. We switch on over to Dr. Mimi and Steve in their G-Wagon. I said, okay, G-Wagon. I just said, my heart goes out to them because seeing both of them break down in their confessional was heavy, but also I think their story is relatable, and I feel like it will help a lot of people. Because one of the things that I saw that I took away from this moment, and although I don't have any children, but again, that does not negate us from having compassion and empathy for them and anyone else that may deal with this. And I'm just happy that Dr. Mimi has Steve, because I can only imagine how worse it would be if and Steve have Dr. Mimi, because I can only imagine how worse it would be if it was a single parent home, whether it had been Dr. Mimi or Steve. But I'm happy that they have each other and they can lean on each other, because the son is autistic, and he hit his sister unprovoked from what I recall. And of course, she's crying, and the fact that Dr. Mimi reached back and was like, hold my hand to her son, and Steve stopped the car in the middle of the parking lot. I said, I know that's right, baby. I know that's right. For them to quickly jump to their children's knees. And I was like, I adored seeing this, because I was like, oh my God. It was like a bittersweet moment, because I adored seeing them jump into action, but also felt bad for them, because it does seem like it's a lot. And Dr. Mimi say it does weigh a lot on the relationship. It weighs a lot on the family dynamic, which I can only see from outside looking in, because I don't know. But I enjoyed seeing them actually handle it the way they handled the situation, and then also just reinforcing and reaffirming both children, and yet also addressing and correcting him. So it wasn't like they just reaffirmed him, they also corrected him and provided some level of consequences for his actions, to kind of let him know, like, hey, yeah, we understand the situation, but you still have consequences for your actions. And they didn't beat them or nothing like that, but they did tell him that he could not get a toy, which I thought was reasonable, especially for this moment. I thought it was reasonable. So I really like seeing their story, and my heart goes out to them, and definitely proud to say, you know what, they are a good addition to the cast, because again, it's good to see how sometimes it's good to see how they jumped into action and how they have a system to address their family dynamic, which I think they're doing a great job. So kudos to them. All right, so we are at the main event here, and when I tell you this event went left, baby, it went left. So let's get into it really quickly. So Toya house, once again, Toya house is gorgeous, and I'll give her that, but her prepping for this skip work day, which is ironic because some people in the cast haven't worked in years, and she being one of them is crazy. So Dr. Simone's confessional was definitely shady and perfect, definitely perfect for Toya. It fit her like a glove, her shady comments. So Dr. Heavenly and Toya was going back and forth in the group chat about the fake bag, or quote unquote fake bag, that was left at Brandy's birthday dinner. Of course, you know, Toya had to put her shadiness on it, like who left this fake bag. Girl, Toya is worried about the wrong things. But again, okay. So she tells Eugene that she started the whole issue with Heavenly in that moment. And of course, Heavenly clap back. Because one thing Heavenly gonna do is clap back. She ain't gonna just let you say whatever to her, and vice versa. So, you know, Heavenly told her, look, my man thing is big, okay? So, you know, so Dr. Eugene was like, what? And then the gag was, she said, and then so she told her that her house, you know, she'd been living in her house for umpteen years, right? So Dr. Eugene was like, well, no, she said her house was paid off. And she'd been living in it for umpteen years. But she said her house was paid off. And so Dr. Eugene was like, oh, yeah, because you've been living in it for 20 years. Sir, that is not a dig. That is commendable. Because that means she has a lot of equity in her house. That means she don't have a lot of debt. Sir, that is a good thing. I think a lot of people want to get to the point where their house is paid off, because then you ain't gotta worry about where you gonna lay your head. All right, so Toya like, that's what I said. Y'all both gonna be Delulu? Okay, all right, I guess y'all are a match made in heaven. So I was just like, one of the things that came to me, even though I would say Toya showed a 5-second flash of accountability before it vanished, child, but how about all of these seasons? We would hear from the audience, or viewers, I should say, and the cast of Married to Medicine, how they would drag Quad and be like, oh my gosh, she is not accountable, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But can we say, I'm glad, I am elated that folks are starting to see that Simone and Toya are one and the same, and a lot of them on this cast do not take accountability. It's not just Quad. Even though Quad at times do take accountability, and sometimes she don't. And she my fave. And yeah, sometimes she don't. And the whole cast seemed to be allergic to, I'm sorry, I did X, Y, and Z. Now, Dr. Heavenly will say she's sorry, but she don't mean it, which is crazy in itself, because it's like, why are you saying it? It's like a broken record, girl. It don't mean nothing when you say it and you don't really mean it. You just saying it to get over it. Even though in reality TV world, you do have to get over things and move past things in order for it to work correctly. Anywho, Heavenly is one of the only ones that will admit that she's wrong. Quad 2, she'll admit, and we starting to see, I think, Dr. Mimi, and I'm trying to think who else, but yeah, but it's like a wash machine. It's stuck on rinse and repeat cycle, on the rinse and repeat cycle, child, because she'll apologize today and drag your edges tomorrow, child. She will do it again. Okay. Child. So Dr. Mimi is in the car with Steve, and they're on the way to Toya's home. And poor Steve, because he's so confused, because Dr. Mimi is telling him about the shenanigans that was taking place in their group chat, and she told him that Dr. Heavenly told Toya that, you know, at least my man parts is big, and da-da-da-da. And Steve is like, how do she even know? Because, sir, Toya has been describing her man's stuff on national TV for over a decade, okay? She has been telling the whole world that Eugene is not endowed below, okay? And the girls have found that, in their file cabinet and pull it out when they need to, because when they want to get Toya together, they bring that out along with some other stuff. But I'm trying to think, has anyone else said that outside of Dr. Heavenly? I don't remember, but they call him Eugenia and all that other stuff, and a big bitch. Yeah, we've heard a lot of stuff. So we are at the Skip the Work Shade Fest or Skip the Work Day function. So as the guests are arriving, and the shade is served like a daggone appetizer, baby, because oh my God, they are just like saying a lot of stuff throughout this event, child. Saying a lot. But let's start here. So Mimi, so they all sitting down by the pool area, and Mimi sits on a napkin, and baby, what she do that for? Because Toya went off. Like, girl, what the heck? Toya, it's not that serious. It's okay if she want to sit on a napkin. It doesn't mean that it's not. It doesn't mean that your place is dirty. And here she goes shading Heavenly. It's not Heavenly's. Whatever. And then production is shady as you know what, because they go back to saying to the they did a flashback a little bit. They did a flashback to Mariah telling Dr. Heavenly to pressure wash her house. But, you know, I was just like, okay. It's not that serious that she sat on a napkin. It's not that serious. Maybe she don't, you know, she don't want to sit her hoo-ha on concrete through her bathing suit. Okay? It's okay, Toya. It's okay. It's not that serious. Like, calm down. Pipe down, girl. So, when Dr. Heavenly... you know, everybody started trickling in, but I want to get to the main part. So Dr. Heavenly comes in, child. She said, oh, this house is gorgeous. It looks kind of like her dream home, but better. I said, oh, okay, Dr. Heavenly. Production coming in with the... So Dr. Heavenly threw an alley hoop up to production, and production dunked the ball, because the way they did a whole montage of Toya's old home, like they went from one house to the next to the house to the next. Child, I said the disrespect is on a whole nother level right now, and I'm living for it, because what? Because Toya been shading everybody, especially this season. Like, she swear up and down. You would have thought she hit, like, she's sitting on $1 billion the way she talking to these people. Girl, I think everybody in here just about make more money than her. Stop it, Toya. All of these people probably been in their house for years, not just moving in, but for years. So pipe down. So Toya asked the chef to bring out the food, and honey, they had half naked models, okay? And the ladies was like, what the heck is going on? But not Dr. Simone, because girl, Dr. Simone was grinning like the Grinch on Christmas, child. She had smile from ear to ear. She was like, ooh, like as if she ain't had nothing in a long time, child. I was confused. I was like, Dr. Simone, girl, fix your lips. You drooling. And then we got Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. As Toya was, she took them on a tour of the house, and Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Contessa shading the crap out of Toya, child. And their confessional, they are shading her. It is like the shade assassins, because baby, they was like, I hope that tree is removable for the next people who buy this house, purchase this house. I said the shade is real. The shade is real. Nobody is saved. Toya, you are not saved. Because, girl, they are tearing you up in these confessionals.
Catch, she's throwing shade.
King and Quad and Angel arrive, and Dr. Eugene tells King to take off his shirt because he hired him to serve the food. Child, King said, I am uncomfortable with all of this stuff here going on out here. And so yeah, I was just like, that was too fun shape. So here we go. So we get down. Here's where everything, all of the fireworks start to happen, baby. All of the fireworks are starting to happen right now. So things get a little ugly because after Toya give them a tour, she comes down and start prepping for her she started prepping for her game. And so she's like putting the game together. She was like, hey, you know, the guys is going to be going against the girls in this game to get them ready for, to get them in shape for when they go on their group trip, their cash trip. She was like, I want all of you all to be able to take your shirts off. And child, Dr. Eugene, it was like, you know what? I'm going to write a doctor's note for us so we don't have to play the game. So, you know, he doing a little fun shade or whatever. But no, baby. Toya took it to a whole nother level. Toya started humiliating him, started emasculating him in front of the guests and their cast, their friends or whatever. Like, she's like, oh, that's not funny, and you should lead the men, you should lead your house, and so forth and on and so forth and on. Baby, everybody seemed uncomfortable. People were looking crazy. Like, the men was looking uncomfortable. Like, and somebody said, you let her talk to you like that, or something along those lines. I was like, ooh, okay. I'm like, Toya, girl, put the drink down and read the room. Toya actually talked to Eugene like as if she's talking to Avery and Ashton, which is crazy to me. Because I'm like, girl, again, it's Toya and... But no, because even with... Because it's a reverse for Toya and Eugene versus Cecil and Simone. Because Simone is the breadwinner, whereas... Dr. Eugene is the breadwinner in their household. So Toya talked to him like as if he is one of her sons. Child, I said, Toya, you done lost your everlasting mind. And you need to find it quick. Because what are you doing? And Dr. Heavenly even was like, don't do that. No, Toya, don't do that. Now, Dr. Heavenly, don't tell her to call him daddy. That's for the bedroom if that's what you like, but don't do that. But there is a better way and a nicer way for her to say what she said. And Dr. Eugene even said that there's a nicer way for her to say what she was saying. So Dr. Jackie said something in her confessional, and I was like, I wholeheartedly agree, because Dr. Jackie said, this is so uncomfortable. And I'm paraphrasing that Dr. Jackie was like, this is uncomfortable, and we need to have Dr. Eugene give us a signal of if he need us to do a rescue mission. Because she was like, if Toya talk like this to him while we are here, I can only imagine how she talked to him when we're not here. I said, now, Dr. Jackie, you ain't never lied right there. You did not tell not one lie right there, honey. Not one. So Dr. Heavenly, unless some stuff was cut off, which is possible, some things were cut off, and we do know that some things were cut out because they did do some flashback of Heavenly saying some slick stuff. But again, she didn't do no different. Dr. Heavenly didn't do nothing different than what Toya would do, what Simone would do, or any of the other ladies. Like, everybody would have done just about the same thing of what Dr. Heavenly was saying. And then Dr. Heavenly was saying what a lot of them probably wanted to say, but again, they're not bold enough to say it. And yeah, so I was like, okay, it was cringy, it was uncomfortable, and it was unnecessary. But Eugene actually tries to talk to Toya. He runs behind her, but yet they explode, both of them, because he cursed at her. She was like, don't curse at me, and she was like, I don't give up about them effing B's. And girl, what? The funny part about this, because that wasn't funny, but the funny part about this was Steve, the way production has cut over to Steve when she said that, and he tilted his glasses and tilted back up like he over there eavesdropping, like he's some private investigator, like he recording what they said to take it back to everybody else's job. It was a mess. But Toya, Toya had a whole hissy fit, and one of the things that I saw in this that I was really kind of disappointed in, again, unless they cut this out, one of the things I am most disappointed with Quad, Dr. Contessa, Simone, all of them. None of them held Toya feet to the fire. None of them brought to her attention, like no one put up a mirror for her to say you were wrong and this was not right, this is not the way to go. Dr. Heavenly said something, yeah, it was crazy. And again, everybody's just sitting around and letting Toya shift the blame to Dr. Heavenly, as if Heavenly made Toya act a fool and disrespect her husband. We all know that that is not Dr. Heavenly's MO. She is not for you disrespecting your husband. So why they allow her to do that, I don't know. But needless to say, she was up in her closet, and again, they shift the blame and nobody's telling her the truth. They all patting her on the back, and I was like, you know what, I don't want friends like that. I don't want friends that will pat me on the back when I have made a fool of myself, because clearly Toya made a complete fool of herself, and they are just like, oh my God, yeah, Heavenly was so wrong. No, Heavenly the only one that really could be her true friend by telling her, girl, you effed up, you know. Now, Dr. Jackie tell her towards the end, but still, it was just like, what? So, they talked her in, they said something to her, Quad and Dr. Contessa talked her into going back down there, and she said that she gonna ask Dr. Heavenly to leave, right? But Dr. Heavenly wasn't the only one that said something, but okay. So Toya is fixated on Dr. Heavenly for whatever reason, which is fine. It's okay, because Dr. Heavenly can't handle it, and then also, too, Dr. Heavenly has been a menace just like the rest of them, okay? So it's all fair in love and war. So Toya gets back downstairs, and she cursed everybody out. It was even more uncomfortable. I said, Toya done lost her everlasting mind again. Like, she has lost it, and she ain't never picked it back up. Not thus far. And I said, this girl is crazy. And the fact that they just letting her do it, and what's her name? Quad in the daggone confession was like, why are you doing that? You said you was come back down there and apologize so we can have fun. Nope. And I was with Dr. Damon and was like, you know what? Peace out. Steve and Dr. Damon definitely would have been me in that instance, because I would have been like, yeah, I'm going home. This was a waste of time, but thank you for the check, bravo. Because, baby, the way they exited out, and the funny thing about it was, in the midst of all of this, child, Heavenly could not open the door. Honey, when I tell you, Heavenly indoors when she trying to get out is comedy TV. Cause when she be in heated moments and can't get out the door, it is so funny to me. But yeah, but what I will say before I close out my review is that my thing is, the way that they, I think it was season 6 or nope, I think it was season 8 or 9. It was either season 8 or 9. One of them seasons, they had an intervention. It might have been 9, I think. They had an intervention for Heavenly in her YouTube show, and how she give a lot of the back story for Married to Medicine, and therefore there are times where she read the girls for a full filth. Child, she read them girls down to the ground, to the point that she lighted on fire, and then there's just ashes afterwards. Child, it'd be bad sometimes, but it'd be funny. But yeah, they had an intervention for her because they didn't like what she was doing. You know, to each his own. That, look, they gotta live it. I ain't had to live it. It was entertaining for me because I'm on the outside looking in. However, for them to have an intervention for her, I don't understand why they don't have an intervention for Toya. Because what Toya has done over the years, because again, they have shown us flashbacks of different moments where Toya has been disrespectful to the utmost to Dr. Eugene. And the fact that none of them call her out on her BS outside of Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Jackie did say something, but I don't like that Dr. Jackie tried to walk on eggshell about it though, because she made it as if both Dr. Heavenly and Toya were wrong. But again, they record for long periods that we don't necessarily always see everything, so I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I remember Dr. Heavenly saying something. Oh, she said something about them divorcing. If they keep all that energy going, who gonna get the house in the divorce? Okay, yeah, all right. But they need to have an intervention for her. And then the fact that no one called her out on her BS. But in the confessionals, everybody got something to say. It's crazy to me. Just about everybody in their confessional is talking about how they talking about what she did. And it wasn't that, oh my God, it was Heavenly. No, they was talking about Toya and Toya alone. And the fact that none of them had the strength, or what's the right word to say? None of them had the energy to tell her, which is crazy to me. It's like they all scared of her. That's why I like Dr. Heavenly, because Dr. Heavenly ain't scared. And she'll say something to her. She ain't gonna walk on eggshells with her. And I'm here for it. But anywho, and then Brandy. The last thing I'm gonna say, Brandy, I
don't like where this is going.
Okay, Brandy. Brandy is starting to give me pick me vibes. She is definitely giving me a Neela 2.0 energy, and that's not necessarily a compliment. But anywho, that was my review of this episode. It was very entertaining and cringy all at the same time, because there were moments in the skip the workday was funny, but majority of it, especially towards the end, was very cringy to me. But anywho, tell me what you thought about this episode, and then also, who was the best dressed? Who was the best dressed? Who was the best dressed? I think I'm gonna give it to Angel. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Angel. All right, tell me what you think. Who's the best dressed? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.